Good morning, dears. How are you? I hope you guys are happy and safe with your family. Yes, this week we are going to continue our lesson what we had seen in the last class. Before that, thought of the day. Life is a journey with problems to solve and lessons to learn, but most of all, experiences to enjoy. Each and every part of our life we had to enjoy because it gives you different experiences. Some might be a problem. If you try, you can solve it, and that will teach you some lesson. So, every part, every single second of your life is a lesson. Learn in your way, in a different way, and solve all your problems so that you can shine as a star, as a sun in your life. So, grab experience from all of your problems, lessons, everything. Are you ready? Now, it is to grab knowledge on your portions. Okay, dear? Shall we start our lesson? Okay, before starting our lesson, take page number 135 of your book, or else your rough note with pencil. If you are having your book, circle the keywords and write the meanings near them, or else in your rough note, note and write the word and note the meanings, whereas you can mark it up when you are receiving your book. Okay, dears? Shall we start? Okay. Today's topic is about the Great Northern Plains. So, in the previous lesson, previous part of the video, I had given you the mountainous region. Okay, below that, this orange color part is the Great Northern Plains. As well, this is also fact. So, directly we will move on with the book pages. The fertile plain lies to the south of northern mountains. This is what northern mountain region. So, this is south part. So, south of northern mountain region. This plain is one of most extensive stretches of alluvium. Alluvium is nothing but a type of soil, a fertile soil in the world, and is deposited by the rivers Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra and their tributaries. What are the rivers? Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra and their tributaries. Its length is of 2400 km. Its width is 240 to 320 km. Its width increase from east to west. This is what west, this is what east, so that its width was increasing. Can you see the rise here? That's all. The Great Plains of India is remarkably a homogeneous surface. What is the meaning of the word homogeneous? Uniform, with imperceptible, syllabify the word imperceptible. What does it mean? Undetectable. 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 Okay. Undetectable. 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 How you had to pronounce this word? Imperceptible. Imperceptible. Okay. Imperceptible slope means undetectable slope. Here and there will be many slopes. That is what you can't find. Where is the slope? They are formed mostly by the depositional process of Himalayan and Vindhyan rivers. Himalayan and Vindhyan rivers. Already I had given you the river names here. Indus, Brahmaputra and Ganges. They are Himalayan rivers, and some rivers like Chambal, they belong to Vindhya ranges. Vindhya and Satpura we had learned na. These rivers deposit enormous quantity of sediments deposited along the foothills. Consider this is the hill. So the bottom layer is called as a foothill, Malai Adivaram, and floodplains. The important characteristics features of sediment deposition in the plains areas as follows. Nothing but the northern Gangetic plains, that is Great Northern Plains, is further classified into four main categories and one extra category. We'll see that now. Okay. So this is what I explained in your previous video, how Plateaus Sea was suppressed and Himalayan mountain arose on that place. I had explained you na. This is what Indian plate. Can you see? This is what Indian plate. This is Eurasian plate. So 50 million years ago, the structure was like this. Later on, it moved in this direction. Can you see? It was suppressed here, so that some land surface raised in this direction like mountains in this part. In 20 million years ago, the Himalayan mountains were raised up. Likewise, these part were called as northern plains now. Are you clear with this, dear? This is what I explained in the previous class. That is how Plateaus Sea was suppressed and mountains arose. And next to that, according to the variation, I said northern plains was classified into four main category. That is what? The Babar plains. This plain is made up of gravels and unassorted sediments. Gravels, karkal, சரிங்களா? Unassorted sediments means unnotable, unassorted or unordered. Unordered sediment deposited by the Himalayan rivers. Can you see the different sizes of stones and sediments here? That is what? Unassorted. The porosity, porosity. For your sake, I am pronouncing it as porosity. It is not porosity, it is porosity of this plain. Porosity is nothing but being porous. The talarthin சொல்லுவாங்க தெரியுமா? The porosity of this plain is so high that most of the small streams flow over this region disappeared. Because of that small holes, pores are nothing but small holes, small rivers, the water will be moving inside the ground. So it disappears here and there. And which varies from 8 to 15 kilometer. It is wider in the western plains. That is Jammu division, than in the eastern plains in the Assam division. Here, cultivation is not possible because of that porosity. Large root plants can live. Okay, the main facts of this plain is that porosity, unassorted sediments, small stream disappeared, distance of 8 to 15 kilometer, are not suitable for cultivation. Large trees and large root plants can thrive, means grow here. Next, Terai tract. Terai tract. As I said earlier, these are only facts. Even though I had searched some pictures and I had given you for your concentration. The zone of excessive dampness. Dampness is nothing but wetness. Dampness means wetness. Wetness. Thick forest and rich wildlife are there. This tract lies to the south of Babar Plains. This is what consider Babar Plain. Next, Terai. Okay. I had shown you in this. This first part is Babar. This is Babar and this is Terai. Okay. And next, the width of this belt is 15 to 30 kilometer. Terai is wider in the eastern part of the greater plain, especially Brahmaputra Valley, due to heavy rainfall. In many states, the Terai forests have been cleared for cultivation. Due to this wetness, they cleared these forests for cultivation. They destroyed the forest. So, as per this passage, dampness, rich wildlife and thick forest, Brahmaputra Valley, it is in the place of Brahmaputra Valley and mainly it is cleared for cultivation. Next, Bangar Plains. Bangar. Okay, Bangar. This Bangar represents the upland alluvial tract. As I said, alluvial is a type of soil. Alluvial surface, tract is nothing but landform of Great Plains of India formed by the older alluviums. Very old soils are available here. The Bangar land lies above flood limits of the river, somewhat higher than the river landform. The soil is dark in color. Can you see the color of the soil here? Rich in humus. Humus means water content in the soil is high. Well drained, so that water will not stagnate there. Okay. Useful for agriculture. Again, here it is upland alluvial. Older alluvium is here. Above the flood limit. Dark in color and rich in humus. Useful for agriculture. These are the main fact of this particular part. And next, Khadar Plains. Khadar Plains are nothing but new alluvium. Khadar Plains or new alluvium tracts along the courses of rivers. Along the courses of rivers means, consider this is what the river means. This part of land is called as Khadar, which is known as Khadar or betlands. Khadar tracts are enriched by fresh deposit silt. Silt is nothing but deposited fine sand-like structure is called as silt. Every year during rainy season, the Khadar land consists of sand, silt, clay, mud. Every varieties of soil is available there. It is highly fertile soil. New alluvium, its another name is bed. It is enriched soil along the river, sand, silt, clay and mud. Highly fertile soil. Next, delta, which we already know. Triangled form of land is called as delta, whereas the water in this part will move very slowly, so that these deltas were formed. Okay, triangle shaped fertile land at the mouth of Ganga and Brahmaputra river is called as Sundarban Delta. So where Ganga and Brahmaputra river is there, that is Sundarban Delta. It is the biggest and fastest growing delta. Area of deposition of the river flow in this tract sluggishly. Sluggishly means slowly. River flow is very slow. The deltaic plain consists mainly old mud, new mud, marsh. Marsh or nothing but chagadi நம்ம சொல்லுவோம் களிமண் மாதிரி. Okay. It is in the delta region, the uplands are called chars and the marshy area are called as bills. Okay dear. So again, triangle shaped fertile land, Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers, the delta was called as Sundarban delta. Where water is flowing slowly, there delta was formed. It has old mud and new mud. Upland is called as chars and the marshy layer is called as bills. On the base of the deposition, how it is deposited. The land surface, northern plains of India, northern plains land surface were classified into further 4 categories. Rajasthan plains. First we'll see what are they, Rajasthan plains. Next, this is what? Punjab and Haryana plains. And next, Ganga plains and Brahmaputra plains. Okay dears, this is what Rajasthan plain. So facts of Rajasthan plains are, it is located in the west of Aravalli range. Can you see? This is what this part is called as Aravalli range. It covers about 1,75,000 kilometers. It is due to the deposition of river Luni and the long vanished river Saraswati. Saraswati is given here. I'll be showing the Luni later. There are several salt lakes in Rajasthan. You all know Rajasthan is a dry area. Okay. The Sambar Salt Lake or Pushkar Lake near Jaipur is the prominent one. Okay. Can you see Luni basin here? Here I showed you the Saraswati region basin here. Okay, this is what. And this part is called as Rajasthan plain. Okay. Next, the Thar desert, also known as the Great Indian Desert. Thar desert was also known as Great Indian Desert. This part is that desert. Thar desert's another name is Great Indian Desert in the large arid region. Arid is nothing but large area of northwestern part of Indian subcontinent is 2 lakh kilometers squared and forms natural boundary between India and Pakistan. It is a boundary between, here it is Pakistan, this is India. So it is a boundary for India and Pakistan. And it is the 7th largest desert. The desert lies in the western part of the Aravalli range. Aravalli range uncovers 2/3 of the Rajasthan. 2/3 part it was covered. There are 2 major divisions in Thar desert. They are known as actual desert region, which is Marustali. Can you see Marustali here? And many different, then semi-desert region Bangar. Marustali and Bangar. Okay dears, many different types of sand dunes and salt lakes. Since it is a dry land, sand dunes and salt lakes are there, which were called as duns. Again, some important facts, that is, it's to the west of Aravalli range. 1,75,000 kilometer. It is due to the deposition of river Luni and Saraswati. Sambar salt is the very prominent lake. And next, Thar Desert is also called as Great Indian Desert, which is of 2 lakh kilometer square area. It is a natural boundary between India and Pakistan, 7th largest desert. 2/3 of Rajasthan was that Thar Desert. Actual, this is what classified into two main category: actual desert region Marustali and semi-desert region Bangar. Many different types of sand dunes and salt lakes were found here. Next, our concept is about Punjab Haryana plains. It lies to the northeast of Great Indian Desert. This is what Great Indian Desert. Great Indian Desert. To the northeast, Punjab Haryana plains are there. It is of 1.7 lakh kilometers and it is due to the deposition of Sutlej, river Sutlej, Bees and Ravi. These are the rivers. This plain acts as a water divide which is called as Doab area. Okay, va? This Punjab and Haryana were divided by water. So it is called as water divide. The two major watershed. Watershed is nothing but water drainage area. Watershed means water drainage area. Doab means tract of land. Consider this is one water source and another water source. Here is a land surface. Na? This is called as Doab area. Okay, dears. So, two rivers are Yamuna and Sutlej, Ganga and Yamuna. Okay. Between these two rivers, this Doab area is there. Next, Ganga plains. Can you see Ganga river here? Main river. Ganga river and its tributaries. Na? These particular area fully were called as Ganga plains. It extends from Yamuna river in the west. Yamuna river, can you see here? Yamuna river in the west to the Bangladesh in the east. Bangladesh here, this is Bangladesh. Bangladesh in the east. It is of total area 3.75 square kilometer. River Ganga and its tributaries like Gagra, Gantak, Kosi, Yamuna, Chambal, Betwa. Can you see? Gagra, Gantak, Kosi, Yamuna, Chambal and Yamuna, Chambal and Betwa. Okay, these are the tributaries of Ganga. It is the largest plain of India. The general slope of entire plain is towards east and southeast. This is what east, this is what southeast. The slopeness வந்து இந்த டைரக்ஷனில் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. ஓகேங்களா? நெக்ஸ்ட் Brahmaputra plains. Can you see? Brahmaputra river is here. So Brahmaputra plains, it is located mainly in the state of Assam. This part is Assam. It is low level plain located in eastern part of the Great Plain of India and is formed by the deposit of river Brahmaputra. It covers of area 56,275 square kilometer. These plains create alluvial fans and marshy tracts. Alluvial fans, I said already, marshy is nothing but clay structure. Next topic is about peninsular plateau. Peninsula, since it is a fact oriented, I am moving along with the book itself, dear. A huge part is there. So, okay. This Peninsula Plateaus. Plateau is nothing but this sandal color region is called as Peninsula Plateau, which is also further divided into two categories. Let us see it along with the course. Okay. The Plateau region lies to the south of Great Northern Plains. This is what Northern Plains. This is the largest physiographic division of our country. It covers up to 16 lakh square kilometer, about half of the total area of the country. It is an old rocky plateau. Topography consists of series of plateaus, hill ranges, interspersed, okay, interspersed. What is meaning? What is the meaning of the word interspersed? Scatter. Scatter means fully. It was scattered. So topography consists of series of plateaus, hill regions interspersed with river valleys. Here and there valleys are there. Fully the plateau was covered with three category of land surface: plateaus, hill regions and valleys. First, in this Aravalli Hills. As I shown, Aravalli will be here. Aravalli Hills mark the northwestern boundary of the plateau region. Okay. This is what the boundary they are showing you, the boundary here. Aravalli Hill marks the northwestern boundary of the plateau region. The north and northeastern boundaries are marked by Bundelkhand upland, Kaima and Rajmahal. Bundelkhand upland, Kaima and Rajmahal. Can you see? Rajmahal Hills is here. Bundelkhand upland will be also in this part. Whereas Aravalli range will be in this part. Okay. So likewise they are classifying the places. Okay. And next to that, the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats mark the Western and Eastern boundaries. This is what Western Ghats, this is what Eastern Ghats. They mark the West and Eastern boundaries respectively. The altitude is nothing but height is 600 meter from the sea level. The peak Anaimudi is the highest point in the plateau. It is located here. The peak Anaimudi is located in this part. It is the height of 2695. Can you see? Anaimudi is here. Anaimudi is the highest peak of this part, this plateau, which of 2695 meter, and is located in Anaimalai. Located in Anaimalai, the general slope, Anaimalai Hills is here. The general slope of this plateau is towards east. It is slopey towards east. The Great Plateau is a part of Gondwana landmass I shown you in the previous video. Due to the old age, the rivers in this region attained the base level and developed broad and shallow valleys. Many valleys were developed in this part. Okay dear, that's all. The river Narmada divides the plateau region of India broadly. River Narmada divides the plateau region of India broadly into two parts. Can you see? River Narmada is here. It divides the plateau region into two parts. The regions lying on the north of Narmada river is called as Central Highland, which we'll be seeing later, and the region lying south of Narmada is called as Deccan Plateau. All the major rivers, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri, lying to the south of Vindhya. Vindhya is nothing but a range here. இங்கே ஒரு range இருக்கு. Vindhya and Satpura range னு ஒரு range இருக்கு. Mountain range. ஓகேங்களா? So, it flows eastwards and fall into Bay of Bengal. These rivers fall into Bay of Bengal. Whereas next, Narmada and Tapti. Narmada here, Tapti is here. These two rivers situated to the south of the Vindhya flow westward into Arabian Sea. These two rivers flow into Arabian Sea because of the presence of Rift Valley. In the next picture, I will be showing the Rift Valley. This is what the Rift Valley. Because of this Rift Valley, Narmada and Tapti will be flowing in Arabian Sea. Other rivers will be flowing in Bay of Bengal. Okay, dears. And next concept is that Central Highland. As I said, Narmada splits the overall plateau into two, Central Highland and Deccan Plateau. Central Highland extends between Narmada and the northern Greater Plains, the Aravalli from the west and the northwestern edge of the Central Highland. These hills extend from Gujarat. Okay. These hills extends from Gujarat as I shown here. Can you see? This is what Gujarat. This is what Gujarat. From here the Deccan region was there, na? So this part they are explaining about this part. These hills extends from Gujarat through Rajasthan. This is what Rajasthan to Delhi. This part is called as Central Highlands. The highest, that is what its distance is of 700 kilometer. The height of this hill is about 1500 meter in the southwest, while near Delhi its height is 400 meter. Based on the areas, the height will be different. Guru Shikhar with 1722 meter is the highest peak is in this region. Can you see Guru Shikhar here? It is the highest peak of Aravallis and Rajasthan. Can you see Aravalli range here? This is the highest peak of this Central Highland. Next, the western part of the Central Highland is known as Malwa Plateau. Western part of the Central Highland is known as Malwa Plateau, which is a small plateau. It lies to the southeast of Aravalli. This is Aravalli. This part, Malwa region will be there. Malwa Plateau. Before they join river Yamuna, the part of Central Highland which extends to the east of Malwa Plateau is known as Bundelkhand. And its further extension is also known as Bundelkhand. Okay? Next. The eastern part of Central Highland, which lies in the northeastern part of Indian Plateau, is called as Chota Nagpur Plateau. It covers much Jharkhand, adjacent parts of Odisha, West Bengal, Bihar and Chhattisgarh. So these part, okay. This region is very rich in mineral resources, particularly iron and coal, was were heavily available in this part. Okay, dear? Everything just facts. And next we are going to see Deccan Plateau. This is what Deccan Plateau. This is what Deccan Plateau. The physiographic division is the largest part of the plateau region in India. The shape of the plateau is roughly triangle. One of the side of this triangle is marked by a line joining Kanyakumari with Rajmahal Hills. Here Kanyakumari is there. Rajmahal Hills is here. So this part, can you see a white place? So this is called as Deccan Plateau. Kanyakumari with Rajmahal Hills. Kanyakumari with Rajmahal Hills. And the line passes through the Eastern Ghats. This is what Eastern Ghats. Okay. The second arm is marked by Satpura Range, Mahodaya Hills, Michael Range and Rajmahal Hills. Here, this part. And the third arm is marked by the Western Ghats. This is what the third arm. The area of this plateau is 7 lakh square kilometer and the height ranges from 500 to 1000 meter. I hope you are clear with this Deccan Plateau region. Next, again, this Deccan Plateau is further two categories are there. It's not divided. It is the main places are there. The Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. This is what Western Ghats and this is what Eastern Ghats. As I said earlier, we can see it separately. This is what Western Ghats. Okay. Can you see? This is what the Western Ghat region. This side. Western edge of the peninsular plateau runs parallel to the Arabian Sea. This is what Arabian Sea. It runs parallel to the Arabian Sea. The north part of the range is called Shyadri. Can you see Shyadri here? The height of Shyadri increases from north to south. Anaimudi is a sort of tri-junction of Anaimalai range. I had shown you here Anaimudi. Anaimalai is here. In this Anaimudi is there. The Cardamom Hills and the Palani Hills. Kodaikanal is the beautiful hill resort situated in Palani Hills. So in Western Ghats, it is parallel to Arabian coast. Anaimudi is there. Anaimalai. Next, Cardamom Hills. Palani Hills, Cardamom Hills and Kodaikanal is a beautiful place in this part. Are you clear with this, dears? Next, Eastern Ghats. This is what Eastern Ghats. Eastern Ghats run from the southwest to the northeast. Southwest to the northeast. Southwest to the northeast. Okay. This range is also called as Purvadri. Purvadri. The Eastern Ghats join Western Ghats at Nilgiri Hills. Nilgiri Hills. The Eastern Ghats are not continuous like Western Ghats. The river of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Pennar and Kaveri have dissected this range at many places. Next, about coastal plains. So as I said, in the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats, can you see Western Ghats is that much of continuous, whereas Eastern Ghats is irregular in structure. And next, coastal plain. Which is coastal plain? The land near to the ocean area or the sea area. The peninsula plateau of land is flanked Flanked is nothing but one on one side. On one side. By a narrow coastal plain. This is what green area is the coastal plain, whereas the sandal area is called as the Ghats. Okay, Western Ghats area. So they were formed in the depositional action of river and the erosional and depositional action of sea waves. Many rivers are there, they used to deposit there, as well as sea will erode and deposit there. Because of these two activities, coastal plains are formed. The Indian coastal plains are divided into western coastal and eastern coastal as well. This is western coastal and this is eastern coastal. In this western coastal plains, it lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. It extends from Rann of Kutch. Can you see Rann of Kutch here? Rann of Kutch in the north to Kanyakumari in the east, in the south. And its width varies from 10 to 80 kilometers. It is characterized by sandy beaches, coastal sand dunes, mud flats, lagoons. Lagoons, I had shown you in the previous picture. Can you see? Lagoons are here. This is what? இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு locked lagoons வந்து nothing but backwaterன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Sometimes due to overflood, water will be stagnated in one place. Okay. So in the eastern Ghats, we had seen that is what? Northern circus, which is between Mahanadi and Krishna. And next, Coromandel coast between Krishna and Kaveri. Chilka lake is here, whereas Kolleru lake between Godavari and Krishna, and Pulikat lake is here. Between Andhra border, Andhra and Tamil Nadu border. Okay. Next topic we are going to see is islands. In this, Andaman Nicobar Island and Lakshadweep Island. Whereas Andaman Nicobar Island is this and Lakshadweep is this. Here we are having Andaman Nicobar Island, we are having 572 islands. And in the Lakshadweep we are having 27 islands. Which is in Lakshadweep is in Arabian Sea, and whereas Andaman Nicobar Island is in Bay of Bengal. So in this Andaman Nicobar Island are largely tectonic and volcanic. Tectonic and volcanic origin mean this has happened. These islands were formed due to tectonic and volcanic eruptions. Okay, India's only active volcano, barren island in Andaman Nicobar Island. So this is only active volcano in India which is there in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Next, Andaman Nicobar Island. These islands are located in an elevated portion of the submarine mountains. அப்படின்னா மூழ்கி போன மவுண்டெயின்ஸ் மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடிய இடத்துல தான் இது ஐலாண்ட்ஸாக மேலே நமக்கு தெரிகிற பகுதி. எலிவேட்டட் அப்படின்னா விச் இஸ் ஷோன் ஆன் த ஃப்ரண்ட் சைட் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. Since these islands lie closer to the equator, climate is hot and wet throughout the year and has dense forest. It's of 8,249 square kilometers and it is divided into Andaman Islands and Nicobar Islands. Andaman in the north and Nicobar in the south. These island groups are great strategic is nothing but planned importance for the country. Port Blair. Here, can you see Port Blair is a capital? Administrative capital of Andaman Nicobar Island. Next, 10-degree channel. This is what 10-degree channel. Channel means a strip of water which separates. Can you see? This is what a 10-degree channel which separates Andaman and Nicobar Island. And as I shown you, the southern tip, Indira Point is a part of Andaman Nicobar Island. சரிங்களா? இந்திரா பாயிண்ட் இதோட கடைசியில் இருக்கும். சரிங்களா? நெக்ஸ்ட் லக்ஷதீப் ஐலாண்ட். This is what Lakshadweep. This is a small group of coral islands, பவளப்பாறைகள், located on the west coast of India. It covers 32 square kilometer. Kavarati, can you see Kavarati here? It's the administrative capital. Lakshadweep Islands are separated from Maldive Island by 8-degree channel. Why it is called as 10-degree channel? 8-degree channel means in the latitude it is located in that 8 degree and 10 degree. அதனால அதுக்கு அப்படி பேர் வருது. புரியுதுங்களா? அதுக்கு ஏன் 8 டிகிரி சேனல் 10 டிகிரி சேனல்னால் லேட்டிடியூடில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அது 8 டிகிரியில் இருக்கும், 10 டிகிரியில் இருக்கும். அதனால தான் அப்படி வருது பேர். ஓகேங்களா? த அன்இன்ஹாபிட்டேட்டட்னா அன்பீப்புள்டுன்னு அர்த்தம். அன்இன்ஹாபிட்டேட்டட்னா அன்பீப்புள்டு. பிட் ஐலாண்ட். என்ன ஐலாண்ட்? பிட் ஐலாண்ட். ஸோ 8-degree channel was shown here. 8-degree channel மால்டீவ்ஸையும் லக்ஷதீப்பையும் பிரிக்குதுன்னு சொல்லியாச்சு. நெக்ஸ்ட் கான்செப்ட் இஸ் அபவுட் பிட். பிட் ஐலாண்ட் இஸ் ஆஃப் குரூப் ஹேஸ் பேர்ட் சாங்சுரி. ஏன்னா அங்கே மக்கள் இல்லை, அதனால் பேர்ட் சாங்சுரி அங்கே இருக்குது. ஏர்லியர் it had 3 divisions, namely Laccadive, Minicoy and Amidivi. In previous ancient time, these are the names of these part, but later on it is named as Lakshadweep in 1973. Okay, can you see Minicoy? And in the previous picture I had shown you, so this is what Minicoy and Laccadive and Amidive. Okay, Laccadive, can you see here? And Amidive, these part were later given the name of Lakshadweep in 1973. And next, offshore islands. Offshore islands are nothing but some other islands rather than this Andaman and Nicobar, besides of 2 group of islands. India has a number of islands along the western coast and eastern coast, in the delta region of Ganga and in Gulf of Mannar. Gulf of Mannar, where it is? Between India and Sri Lanka, some islands, I hope you can see. Kachativu likewise. We had we had got some information about Kachativu. It is between Sri Lanka and India. Okay, there is a small silent war. That is Kachativu belongs to us or them. There is a war. So likewise many islands are there. Many of these islands are uninhabited, means no peoples are there, and it is administrated by the adjacent states. Nearby states என்னென்ன இருக்கோ அதை வச்சு ரூல் பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க. So with this we'll end up this session. Since இது எல்லாமே fact oriented இருந்ததுனால I had completed yours. So if there is any doubt, I hope there will be not. If there is any doubt, please clarify it. Since it is a fact oriented, even though I had given you many pictures, I had searched and gave you for attracting you towards this class. Anyway, mark the meanings here and there. 1-2 வார்த்தைகளுக்கு meanings. It is very important there. Okay dears? And join your online class without any issues, and I'll be marking you the questions book back onwards, everything. As well, write your test and write the last week you haven't sent your classwork note, many of them. This week I'll be checking you independently. Thank you. Stay safe, stay happy.